Hi guys, and welcome back to JavaScript Playground. In the previous video, we explored comparison and logical operators in JavaScript, and we also tried some examples to understand them better. So if you haven't watched the video, check it out. I'll add the link in the description below. In today's video, we will learn about type coercion and its different types. Type coercion is conversion of a value from one type to another data type. This can be done either programmatically by us or automatically by JavaScript. This results in two types of coercion: implicit type coercion, which is done automatically by JavaScript, and explicit type coercion, which is done programmatically by us. In today's video, we will explore implicit coercion. Let's understand this better with an example. Say we have a string which holds a value, say hello, and we have a variable which holds a value, say 5. So we've got a string and a number. So let's try adding these up. So say we have another variable which holds the sum of a first variable and the second variable. Let's try printing it. So console log m sum. Let's bring up our console. And as you can see, we've got this value here, hello 5. Any guesses what's the type of this value? Whether it's a string, whether it's a number, or something else? Alright, so let's try printing this value. So console log. So we have this inbuilt JavaScript function type of, so which tells the type of our value. So let's say msum. Let's save it. And as you can see, we get a string here. So what happened was, when we did this sum, so the number value got converted to a string. And we got this resulting string hello 5. So JavaScript automatically converted a number into a string in this scenario. So implicit coercion usually happens when we apply operators to values of different types, like our previous example. These values get converted to either string or number or Boolean. Let's see some more examples for conversion to string types. Let's just comment these. Alright, so console log. Let's try adding a string and a Boolean. So let's say hola and true. So as you can see, we get this value hola true. Let's try printing the type. So console log type of. And as you can see, we get a string. So this Boolean got converted to string. Let's copy this. Let's try one more, say 50. So we are doing number plus string. So as you can see, we got a value here, 50 hola. So a number and string got concatenated, and JavaScript converted it into a string. Alright, let's comment this. So moving on. Let's see some examples for conversion to integer types. Say console log. So let's say we have this 2 and we just use this value plus. So if you just use 2, over here we've got this inside double quotes, but when we add this plus operator, so now it's a positive number. So it's giving it as a number. So let's try printing the type, say console log. Let's just put it in a variable. So we've got plus and 2. Let's use the variable here, and let's print the type of this variable. So as you can see, this character 2 got converted to a number. Similarly, let's try changing this value. So instead of plus, let's make it minus. And as you can see, we got a number here, -2, and the type is number. So as we saw, when we use certain operators on these strings, they got converted to number. Similarly, if this was apple, it would give us not a number, because it tried to convert this apple to a number, and apple is a string. So if you have this 30, so this is a string numeral. So it's a number written as a string. So it works on these things. So it converts the string numeral to a number. So as you can see here, we've got 30 and number. Similarly, let's say we had this. So 2 greater than equal to, and this numeral 2. So the 2 on the left hand side is a number. This 2 on the right hand side is a string numeral. So basically a number written as a string. And when we run this comparison operator, JavaScript converts this a string numeral to a number, and then it compares. So you get the value true. Alright, so moving on, let's see some examples for conversion to Boolean types. So let's say if true console log true, else console log false. Let's save it, and as you can see, we got true here. Because this if statement, it requires a Boolean value, and we just gave it a Boolean, so true, and it went to the first code block, and we got true printed. Now let's try changing the value. Say we have 5 here. Let's save it, and still we get true. So anything that's not 0 or null or undefined or empty, it's going to be converted to true. Say we had apple here, we still get true. But if we had 0, we get false. Similarly, let's try null, and as you can see, we still have false. Let's try undefined, and still we get false. Let's try passing an empty value, and still we have false. So this 0, null, undefined, and empty, it's treated as false. So if we write something else, say rocket, it gets converted to true. So this has a value, and we get the true block printed. Or if we add a combination, say rocket plus 10, we still get true because this 10 gets concatenated with the string, and we get a resulting string. There are many more combinations and scenarios for type conversion, so I'll just add a link in the description to JavaScript comparison table. And that's a wrap for today.